like to welcome everybody back to another episode of BGC, Board Gaming Closet. And today we are doing Mage Knight.
So, for the instructions, I like it when they do this, when they make a rule book and then they make a walkthrough, which for this game was completely 100% necessary. This walkthrough is just as thick as the rule book. I want that noted. This walkthrough takes you step by step, basically, of going through the first couple turns of a game, and leads you all the way through to where you could just go on by yourself. And what it does is it tells you exactly how to set everything up and explains each detail of the setup and everything. And then it goes every situation that you would run into as you play through the game, the first game. It'll explain exactly what it is, and hopefully you'll be able to use that as you go forward. And then you can use the rule book after your first couple games. When you need to learn, when you just need to reference actual rules. This has great pictures and stuff, so everything is explained well. You can find everything. It's got keywords highlighted and stuff, which I really enjoy. It's got the names of the monsters on the back. So these little pieces that are supposed to be the monsters. This way you can add a little more immersion to it, because then you're fighting an orc shaman instead of the dial with 5 armor. And also, this game, when you set it up, it is going to take a massive table. So make sure, if you're going to put it out, that you have just a huge table. We don't have it all set up here, so you can't see it. But these decks of cards have to be laid out and strewn across the whole table. And then you have to have your levels, because this is the levels of your Mage Knight based on fame, and then your reputation thing that helps you buy troops and items from, or just troops from villages and spells and stuff from like the Mage Towers.
And we were playing on a 4x4 table and a 3-player game, and it took the whole table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every bit of it. We needed more space.
And as far as rules go, the coolest concept in the whole game was the day-night cycle. So, which is like something that runs through the whole game. So you have this is what it takes to go through the terrain during the day, and then this is what it takes to go through the terrain during the night. And all your mana, what you'll spend for any actions and spells and stuff you cast, will come from the dice, which you'll roll and set into the mana pool that every single person will use. So as far as that concept goes, it was pretty cool, because you could actually help or hinder the next person in line. And the way that they limited you, so you're not super powerful by only being able to use one normally. There's cards and stuff that change that, of course. There's cards that change just about everything. That was pretty cool.
I'll cover some of the game pieces, talking about that. So when you first look at it, it looks really good. Miniatures, of course, they're painted and everything. So these are nice when it comes to the main characters. The monsters themselves are just these. And kind of felt it took away a little bit from the game. I'm not sure what the answer is for it, because we don't want to pay $200 for a game either. But
plus, this allows some randomness, because
yes,
you pull them off the top of the little pile. So you'll make a pile of tokens like this, and you'll just pull the top one off and lay it down there and reveal it during the day, and then that would be your monster. It would be very hard to do with figures.
No, I agree. And the thing is that and these tiles here are very nice. I do like how it lays out, and it gives you a randomness to it, and it gives you a feel for that there's something out there you haven't seen yet. There's some nice, the components are nice. Cards, I mean, there's tons of cards. Cards are everything. And it fills up everything. I just kind of feel like a little bit that maybe the game didn't know what it was trying to do, in a sense, when it comes to components. But at one point you want to be a miniatures game, then the next point you're not being miniatures at all. So I have one complaint, other than what I've said so far. That is not knowing if you want to do a miniatures game or use tokens, but the dice. It's kind of hard sometimes to see what's blue.
If you have old man eyes.
And that's true. That's a big difference. The black and the blue and the green, because that's, and you got to see this yourself, but it's on a gray background, so that green almost looks black. And so for us elderly folks in our senior years, it was a little harder to tell what was what. So all in all, I mean, the components are fine. It looks good.
There's nice detail on the figures.
Packaged very, very nicely.
Yeah.
It goes together. I mean, when you put it away, it just looks as good as the day when you got the game. So that's real nice.
Yeah. There's a lot of these cardboard tokens that take a lot of stuff, that do a lot of your stuff, like your skills and stuff for your mage. They also do all the enemies that way. That's how you can get the randomness of the enemies and of your skills, because your skills are kind of random in a way.
Okay, so let's discuss the game a little bit, a little further than what we have. The game itself, maybe because we just didn't play a co-op game, we did the individual, and it just didn't. I see these heroic characters coming in here, and they're all for themselves, and maybe it's just the thing that I'm into the co-op games now, but it just didn't like that aspect of it.
Which is strange, because the other day you were talking about how I really don't like co-op games because it really just turns into one player telling everybody else what to do. Those are the words that came out of your mouth.
Yeah, it probably is the worst.
And now he's like, I really prefer co-op games.
I did enjoy playing the game because for one thing, it was brand new, and then there was so much to it. I enjoyed it.
There's like a lot of adventure to it. So, with the randomness that's all built into the game system. When you're playing, it's not like the same stale game over and over again.
I guess the thing I had an issue with is that I felt like, we'll use the Legend of Andor. Okay?
Well, you can't compare everything to Legend of Andor.
But what I'm trying to say is, in that game, that's where I was kind of going with this game, but you'd have an open feel to it, right? It doesn't. I don't know. I guess the immersion in it didn't pull me in the way I wanted it to.
That's true. You will be pulled out a lot because you'll be dealing with the cards and stuff, and it'll turn into a card game at some rounds,
Right.
and you'll feel that's all you're doing really is cards. And then other rounds you'll feel like you're on the board game and you're doing a board game.
Sure.
And then other rounds you won't do anything and you'll roll a dice or something and that'll be it. So
what I would say with the game right now is, after playing it a couple times, is that I'm still kind of confused about it, and that not so much. It's just that it's
a lot of different mechanics.
a lot of mechanics, and I guess there's just so many other games out there that can put me right into the game and do it much easier.
This is a very complicated game to learn. You will need to have at least one person that just really knows the rules.
Right.
And they'll basically be like the computer running the game for everybody else.
Yeah, you definitely need that. And back to here's the thing. Go back to the miniatures part of it using tokens.
Yeah.
Andor has stand-up little tokens that still kind of keeps you in the game.
Oh yeah.
I like that. That's silly, I know, but that's just something that I guess I would have liked to see. But so the game, like we said, has some great parts to it. It's there's an expansion out for it right now.
Always the expansion.
You need a large table for this game.
Very large.
You need somebody who is very, very, very knowledgeable of the rules.
Yes.
And so why don't we go ahead and do our little review then? Let's go ahead and give our...
All right, so we got our 3 dice here. Each one of the dice means something different. Green means it's a great game. I would play it. I would pull it out of the closet a lot. I would buy it. White means that I would only play it if it was on the table and it was available, and that's what everybody else really wanted to play. Red means I would never play it. I would never buy it. A lot of times it means I wouldn't even look at the box.
Okay. All right, so got it out there. All right, and flip. We're whites. Mine is for what we said. You have to have somebody who's very knowledgeable of the game to basically almost like run it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the reason. I bought the game, so I'm not going to get rid of it.
It hurts too to have one person running it because he's not a game master. He's one of the players,
Sure.
and that player doesn't want to give you
The
hey,
knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're playing against each other, that person's always going to be a little handicapped because he's got to explain everything to everybody else.
So I guess my thing would be is if you're looking for a game like this, there's a lot of games out there. If it's specific that you want to do it because of like the Mage Knight type miniatures and stuff, then get it. You won't be disappointed. I'm not gonna tell you're not gonna be disappointed, but it is a very hefty game in a lot of ways.
Yep, went white because if you're looking for a complex game that definitely won't feel like the same game over and over again. This is it because there's lots of randomness to it. The same thing won't happen twice in this game. But instead of the complexity leading to a nicer game, the complexity leads to just a complex game. It doesn't make the game any more fun because it's super complex.
Right. Thank you for watching. We'll have another episode soon. I'll see you. I'm Rod.
Make sure to check us out on Facebook and on the webpage at boardgamecloset.com.
Have a good day.